Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Jason here, and this is a new game in alpha called Hostile Mars. So, a brand new game. Just did a demo over the weekend, so they gave us a trial run over the weekend. So at any time, you could have done this over the weekend. I'm sure a lot of you saw it, but I want to show you guys what this game is actually about. So this is like basically a tower defense kind of and exploration kind of game. So as you can see, we are collecting stuff. Let me go into my inventory here. So we have energy cells right now. We also have gun parts because we can make guns later on, but you have to research it and get there. So let's go to our home base and let me show you what's going on here. The other good thing about this game is that there is very limited fall damage. Let me show you. That one I thought was going to give me some damage. Look at this fall right here. 84. I lost 15 or 16% health by falling that distance. That's pretty dang good, you guys. And your health regenerates slowly but surely. It does. So yeah, there you go. Now I'm back up to 100 right there. So this is our base right here. I'm really liking this. All right, so you go to your main home console right here, and this is actually where you can start your waves of enemies. So this is where the tower defense comes into place. You can start waves of enemies and they will come attack your base, and you can have it auto start. Like if you want to just do every 30 seconds they'll start a brand new wave, you can. I would, at first when you're first learning it, like what I'm doing, don't do auto start, just get out of there. But you can also go to your tech tree from this menu. You'll also see down here, total energy for our base. It is draining slowly. And so we have an hour and 130 minutes, which is about a little over 2 hours. If nothing happens, we have 2 hours left on our energy shield. But if you get attacked, it will go down even faster because it's absorbing all the damage. So that's why you want to keep this thing maxed out. And it takes our energy cells in order to max it out. So you add more in there, and you're good to go. And you can just keep doing this as much as you want. But let's go to our tech tree real fast. And so this is a alpha. This is really, really, really rough, you guys. So keep in mind that it's really rough. They're not going to show you everything. Like they have all these different trees, but the first one you get is scrap. And this is just the bare bones basic stuff. You start out with your blast furnace, which is basically like your refiner. You're able to put stuff into that, and you're able to refine metals, stuff like that. But at first, you can only get scrap metal out of it. But when you get to the second level, you'll be able to start getting iron bars and things like that and go even farther with it. But the first things first, you can only get scrap metal. But it takes your nodes, your intelligent nodes that you get from robots from killing enemies. And we have 0. We haven't killed any enemies yet, so we don't have any to do our research in order to earn it. But these trees are pretty dang good. So let me show you. These trees get pretty out there. And you can make, later on you can make turrets and things like that. You have to provide power for your base. So the more upgrades you get, the more awesome stuff you have, the more power you're going to use. And so you need to start generating power. You can make it with wind power, or you can make it with solar power, that kind of stuff. But that's farther down in the line. But you can also check out like the iron tree. You'll be able to make more stuff with iron. So once you start refining your iron, you'll be able to start making way more advanced stuff. And again, not a too deep of a tree. Again, this is an alpha. This is really, really, really early access stuff. And I'm sure they'll make it, they'll adjust it and refine this. But right now it feels really good. So let's back out of this menu. And so the other thing you need to do is you have a crafting bench right here. So once you've learned blueprints, you can craft them. So like right now we haven't learned anything, so all we can make is ammo for our gun, and you need scrap metal and an energy cell in order to do that because our weapons are energy. We have one box right here. This is our storage box, but you can make more of them. Again, when you learn how to make storage boxes, you'll be able to put them all over your base. And you'll be able to make floorboards, you'll be able to make walls, and get a really cool base going to defend yourself against the robots. But the other thing is, not only is it you're defending a tower defense, you're also exploring and collecting materials out in the world. So there are random robots that will spawn out in the world, and you can go attack them and pick up materials. Also, you can just find stuff out in the world that you can harvest. Like we have this. Right here we have a metal. You know, so we can get some more scrap. We can also harvest rocks, and we can refine this into iron. You'll get iron out of Mars rocks and other stuff as well. And you know, and there's different types of rocks you can mine. You can just pick up random stuff. Like there will be boxes out in the world like this, and they'll have randomized items inside of them. So you'll be able to just pick them up, and once they're picked up, they're empty. So you can see empty storage box. So now we know we've already picked it clean over here. There's a really good jump. Look at that. Oh yeah. Yeah, we can just pick up a whole bunch of stuff. But remember, your inventory is kind of limited. So you see, this is as much as I can carry. There's no weight limit or anything like that. There's an item limit. You can carry up to 500 of each item, and then it makes a second stack. But you can only carry 3, 6, 9, 12, 18 different items. And there's a ton of different items you can get. You can pick up a whole bunch of stuff. And so your inventory gets filled up really, really quickly with different items, not limited on the items themselves. Again, you can carry up to 500 of each. And so you're kind of, you know, you can carry a lot of stuff. But again, it takes a lot of stuff to make anything. So you're good on that. Let's go grab all these boxes here. There you go. But there's also going to be some awesome, there you go, randomized enemies out in the world that will attack you. See, these are lower level enemies, and you can just shoot them. And when you kill them, they actually drop a whole bunch of pieces that you can pick up. So now we're getting our research balls, whatever you want to call them. You got to get a whole bunch of balls in order to progress the storyline. But I mean, the map is pretty gigantic. So it is so freaking cool. And there's all kinds of different stuff all around there. The one thing I have noticed is that once you've cleared out a box, it does not respawn. So, like if I pick up all the items in here, if I come back an hour from now, this will still be an empty storage box. So they don't replenish after a certain amount of time, as far as I know. Maybe there's a way to trigger it, but as far as I know right now, once you've cleared out an area, it's cleared out forever. You don't get it to come. You don't come back and find more items. You can also pick up these poisonous plants. There's all kinds of stuff out in the world that you can go and pick up and collect and use to build up your base. So let's go back to the base. Now that we have some items we need for our base. Oh, here's some. Oh, yeah. There's some little mobs right here. But there's also a more advanced one coming up. You see him over there? The more advanced the robots that are attacking you, the more rare materials they will have on them. So let me back up here. Oh man. Yeah, see this guy? And you can upgrade your weapons. You can get a shotgun later on. You can get a rifle, and they will do more damage. You see this guy's taking more damage. There you go. Yeah, he's dropping random, you know, better stuff, more rare items. So as you can see, he dropped a solar panel. You know, and all these are pieces you could use later on. Like this right here is a scrap computer. It tells you in the description, pulled from these in the recycler. So you can go recycle this and get a whole bunch of cool materials out of it. So there are some items that you can use later on for upgrades and to build. And then there's some items that are just for scrapping and using, you know, for scrap metal and things like that. We have all this stuff. We should have enough to power on the home base terminal. It's just, you know, get some energy cells and you're good. So let's, oh, here's our first wave. It will trigger automatically just to show you what it's like. This is the first wave. It is very, very easy. So at first you get a few robots to come down, just like a tower defense. They always come from the same area. They're always going to come from up here, but you'll get more and more, and they will start coming from different routes as well. Let's shoot these guys. And you see the top right-hand corner of the screen that tells you how many enemies are there, what wave we're on, and how many are left. There you go. So yeah, we're just going to collect all the pieces that we got from them as we broke them. All right. So now we got a whole bunch. Yeah, look, our inventory's already full from all the pieces. So we're going to have to go through and recycle some stuff. So you can recycle a lot. And this is our base. So we can add to our base later on. But we collected those orbs. As you can see, the top left-hand corner of the screen, I have 4 of the red and 5 of the blue. So I have those. So let's go look at our tree, our tech tree. So we need to go back. We can't do anything in the iron yet because it's locked, but we can do some in the scrap. So this is the basic tree right now. So we need to we need to literally unlock our blast furnace, and it takes 1. Oh no, I'm getting attacked. Randomized guys coming. See, and they will keep coming. They will randomly spawn and attack you. The farther you get in, the more difficult the robots. So right now they're kind of easy because I'm right in the beginning. I haven't really unlocked anything. So let's go back to our tree. So we got our blast furnace. It was really easy. But now that we've unlocked that, our tree is open. We're starting to go everywhere else. So we can make basic energy ammo. We already have that one. Well, we don't have that one unlocked. That one takes 5. As you can see, we only have 3 of the red. It'll tell you which ones you need right here. The drives. We also have weak explosives. That takes 2. But these things unlock farther in the tree. So you need weak explosives in order to make your shotgun. That's why they make you do the weak explosives first. So let's do that. And it'll keep progressing even if I'm gone. You know, so it'll just keep doing research because there's some things that take like 100 or 200 nodes and you're like, holy crap, I'm going to be here for like 20 minutes waiting for this thing. You don't have to wait there. You can go do whatever you want. It will complete while you're moving around and doing stuff. But now we have our scrap furnace right here, so we need to make it. We need to, oh, we're gonna need some room in our inventory, so let's put some stuff away. So right now we don't need any scrap metal pellet. Oh, actually, we don't need any gun parts because that's to upgrade and make weapons. We don't need that yet. Glass lens, all the stuff is stuff we're gonna need later on. So we're gonna put that away. Boom. We can scrap this. It tells you to scrap it in the recycler to get pieces from it. The spring, again, you can use this stuff or you can scrap it. You can scrap anything or you can use it later on, but this is going to come way later in our tree. So you can save it for now or you could just scrap it if you want to. I'm going to scrap some of this. So let's go scrap it and get some basic building parts. So here's our recycler. And you can put almost anything in here. Not everything, but almost anything. So let's put in our scrap computer. There you go. And see, and we scrapped it and look at all the stuff it gave us. That's awesome. And then we can put our metal spring in there. And metal spring is not very complicated, so it's only going to give you scrap metal out of it. And then, you know, we have these parts from the robots we destroyed. You can use these later on to make your own, but right now we're not that far in the tree, so we're going to scrap it for now. And you can get up to 4 items in there, and it will just keep scrapping. So, like, if you have 100 parts, again, you don't have to worry about keep doing it over and over. You can just pop it in there and come back later on and pick it up. But we scrapped all that. Let's get out of here. Drop off some of these items, like the wires we don't need, the laser node we don't need, the poisonous plant, that's again later on. A lot of this stuff is more advanced. We don't need it yet. So I'm going to put my stuff over here. I like putting my stuff over on the left or right-hand side. That's just basically what I do, but you can put it wherever you want. So for the scrap blast furnace, we need scrap pieces and we also need an energy cell. So this is really cool. You can either insert 1 or if you're making something like the explosives, you can enter max. And so you can just put as much as you have in your inventory in there, but we only need 1, so we're only going to insert 1. So there you go. And now it's literally making it. So watch that progress line. I didn't pay attention in the beginning and I thought, oh, it's not doing anything, and I kept putting more in there. You don't want to put more than 1 in there. So we only need 1. Let's take it out. All right, so let's actually pop this thing down. So once you have something in your inventory, go back into your inventory, click on it, and now we're able to put it down wherever we want to. So I want to put it down on here because later on I'm going to be making more flooring. There you go. So now, in order to make scrap metal, that's the only thing we know how to make right now. We're going to need these scrap metal pieces. And so you don't really need to use this as much. You'll get a whole bunch of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the max. So it puts in everything and it'll just slowly keep building it. And I don't have to sit here and wait for it. Again, I can go do whatever I want. And when I come back, it'll still be cooking. Like, it's still going. It's still doing its job over there. And it's telling me this. Oh yeah, the tutorial is a little bit more behind of where I am. So let's harvest some stuff. Go make our harvester, our scrap blaster. There we go. And also, there's these metal rods right there you can pick up. These are going to be useful later on again You can use all this stuff is usable later on. Once you've learned the blueprints for all these items, you're able to use all these different pieces. But for now, we don't need it, and we can always farm this later on. There's a lot of these resources you could just pick up later on, so it's not a big deal if you get rid of it now. We have a scrap blast furnace. We have to make one. Oh, for the tutorial. Great. Well, let's do it again. We'll make 2 of them, because, again, you can use more than one if you want to. Oh, let's go back. And see, look at it, it's still cooking. And so now I have 16. It's just gonna keep going for as long as I let it go. We also need to scrap some of that stuff we just picked up. So like the computer, we need to scrap that. The springs we don't need. We're gonna keep the metal rods, the metal poles. We're gonna keep those for now. We don't need a lot of this other stuff. Oh, actually, I should take it while I'm here. There we go. There's times I forget there's a whole bunch of stuff in my recycler, and I come back and I'm like, holy cow, there's a lot of stuff in here. And the better part is, too, it stacks. Look at that. Boom. You can stack it up to 500, so you don't have to worry about it. If you have a whole bunch of one item, you're okay. You just stack it. Just keep stacking that baby. Look at that. Boom. All right. This thing should be done. Yep. There you go. Take it. And now let's place it. We're going to place the other one right next to it. Because later on, you're able to make iron bars and stuff like that. So you can have one just for your salvage scrap and one for your iron bars or whatever happens to be the case. All right. And again, you don't have to do any of this stuff. Like, if you want to, like, if you want to progress your stuff, let's go to our tech tree. We have our explosives. Let's see what our shotgun costs. They cost 4. We need 4 of these nodes in order to get our shotgun. There we go. Oh, here's a rock. This is where they tell you, hey, you can harvest rocks and you can get iron out of these rocks. So you can also use the rocks in order to make your base. So let me show you how to do this. So go over here to our material processor. Right now we only know how to make rocks, but you can also upgrade it. It costs you a whole bunch to upgrade, but once you upgrade it, you're going to start being able to process basalt, which is another mineral you can get. And then you also can there's all kinds of levels. So right now we only can make Mars rocks, so let's do that. And then we have some right here. So let's just do 1. There you go. And we got 1 iron out of there. Insert another one. There we go. We didn't get any iron out of that one. Again, it's a low chance. The higher the quality of the rock, the better chances you have of getting iron. But we didn't get really that much, so it's okay. Well, we're going to put that iron away. Oh, we have our scrap segment. We can make more scrap. In the beginning, you want a lot of scrap metal, so just pop that in there. We're going to take that. We're going to pop in the max. There you go. You can use the base to return to recycle parts from scrap. All right, let's call in another wave. Since we're here waiting, again, our shield is draining. We can add some more in there to keep that shield up high. Start the enemy wave. And so at first they only land over here, but eventually they'll start coming from that direction over here, and over on the right hand side they'll start coming from that direction. So they'll start coming from multiple directions, and they will start sending more and more machines. Like this wave, we have 5. The last one we only had 3. So now they're getting more and more. Here we go. Look at that. There we go. See, and now we're collecting all our nodes and all of our upgrade materials. And this is the basic gameplay loop. Again, this is in early access, so they will be adding more to it. They're going to be, I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, but I'm adding more trees, more different, stuff you can do. More different. You know what I mean? So let's start scrapping some of the stuff. That way we can get our metal scrap out of here. Oh yeah, and we got our servo motor. So you're going to need those pieces later on. So it pays off to scrap early, at least in this one. In the alpha, in the early access, it pays off to scrap early. And then later on, you start, collecting all of your stuff. So let's insert the max. So we'll have 2 left over. And again, we have all our upgrade nodes, but the bigger thing is you do not actually add them, oh god, until you go to your computer. Yeah, see, random attacks. All right. But yeah, they won't actually add those to your total until you go into your base computer and go to your tech tree. So right now I have 5 red ones and 2 blue ones on my person in my inventory. I go to the tech tree, it puts them in there. So now, if you can see the top left-hand side of the screen, I do not have them anymore. I added them to my tech tree. So now I can, you know, research my shotgun. There you go. We research your welding and craft a... Yeah, so I need to learn welding in order to start adding to my base. So once I know welding, I'm able to build floors and walls, and you really need that later on. So we need 2. We have 2 left over. Yes, beautiful. 1 and 2, done. I need to make a scrap building. So again, you're crafting right here. Boom. You have to insert. We need our Mars rocks and we need scrap metal. So let's make 1, 2, and you can just keep making as much as you want. I'm only going to make 2 for now. And in order to place them, you got to go into your inventory. Any item that you want to place, you have to click on. And there you go. We're making floors, but I don't want to make a floor. Let's make it into a wall. So that's a wall right here. Let's put up a wall right here. Done. There you go. And you see it has a health bar on it. 2,500 health. Eventually it will break. So the enemies will shoot this, or you can shoot it as well. Look at this. See, I'm doing damage to my own wall, so you got to keep in mind, if I panic and I start shooting my own building, I do damage to it. The same thing goes for your base. If you shoot your base, your health bar goes down. So keep that in mind. You can sabotage yourself if you're freaking out. Like if you panic shoot everything, you're going to damage yourself. So there you go, enemy. And there's a ton of map you can go check out. So you're not just limited to this. Like if you want to, you can go start looking for other stuff. Like these are minerals as well. Mine ore rich basalt. So you get ore rich nodes, I should say. And so I'll get a little bit of iron ore and basalt, which I can turn into iron as well. Basalt is a little bit higher of a or richer mineral in this game, and so you'll get more iron out of basalt versus just the regular rocks. But I mean, look at this. There are like little cities that you can go get a whole bunch of random materials from. Like you see off in the distance over there. There's a little tiny like city right there. Let me look around here. There's some over there, you see? So there's little tiny like towns or villages or whatever you want to call them. They're little areas where you can mine stuff. You can pick up materials. Like look at this one over here. It's a big old city. Oh, there's one over here as well. But look at this one. You see that blue is the barrier, the edge of the map. As you see, there's a gigantic city over there that you can find a whole bunch of materials in. And so you literally explore the map, find a whole bunch of upgrade materials. You can also just shoot the robots and get a whole bunch of upgrade materials from them as well. Let me get all this stuff. You know, this guy wants to shoot me. And again, these are low-level mobs, so they're not going to really do anything. But you'll get higher and higher levels. Like, they have a whole bunch of different enemies that will come and attack you. A lot of the enemies that are just randomized on the map, they're really low level, so you don't have to worry about them too much. But yeah, there's all kinds of places you can go. There's all kinds of places. I mean, we can go to the right side of the... Oh, don't jump off the edge. You can go to the right side of the map. You can go over that direction. You can go deeper over there. Oh, there's more guys over here. Look at them follow that trail down. I love it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So, it is in early access. This game is in early access. The demo was only for the weekend, so you cannot play it right now, but they are going to keep doing testing on this because the performance is not exactly stellar. Right now, let me show you. I am running on high graphics. To be fair, I do have a 3080, and I'm running a Core i9 10900K. So I have a pretty beefy setup right now. I'm running this off of an M.2 drive, an SSD. So my setup is very, very good, and it still kind of struggles. I usually turn mine down to medium, And I'll turn off motion blur. I normally turn off motion blur anyway. But you can turn off all these settings. Very limited on your what you can turn on and off. It's in alpha. It's still being tested. So that is Hostile Mars. Hopefully you guys are excited, interested. If you are, it is only on Steam right now. It's in very early access, and you can't even play it right now. They are going to be doing some demo events, some like trial events. So keep your eyes peeled. Head over to the Steam page, wishlist it. That way you know when they're going to do their next beta test, their alpha demo. Next time you'll be notified and you'll be able to go do it. You'll be able to, you know, play. It's so much fun. Hopefully you guys liked the video, and I will see you guys next time.